Okay, I wanted to go over the Proforma. We've got a 36-month plan here with profit and loss schedules. So it goes way out into 2023. And so if you move your scroll bar across here, it actually goes into 2024. Um, the capital that we're looking to bring in will be coming in a time frame that is this July, so July 2021. And this first phase is we're going to be building tooling, we're going to testing and certifications, we're going to ship out a number of samples. Our raw material costs are fairly low. We just want to get through 12 months of finishing up the development. A lot of these products are being built right now, and we've got to bring in some of the heavy lifting is the electronics that control everything, and we'll be doing a lot of testing and certification, and then we've got the back end, the software that makes it all pop up on your smartphone and manages all this. We're putting a lot of effort into training and certification. So we've got a plan to deploy 25 factories around the world in 10 years, and we've got to be able to adapt to different languages, taxation rules, and currencies. So this plan puts our system that we've been working on for years in place, and then it allows us to expand. So we're looking for a minimum of 12.5 million, and we have a 20% contingency plan. That's the minimum of what we're raising. We would like to develop a convertible note that gives the investors that we pay back on the note in 36 months a 20% discount on any future capital raises. So that's phase one. And phase one basically gets us out into the next July timeframe, where we'll start running light production at the vendors that are making a lot of this production tooling. So we're not going to have the factory built, but we'll start building it after 12 months, hopefully sooner. But this phase right here, where phase two opens up, is when the pre-pilot line is running, where products are being built in low volumes, but we're profitable. And you can see down here, the bottom line is that we're going to start becoming profitable very quickly. And our minimum raise is 12.5 to pull this off. The high end of the raise, we'd like to raise 30 million and put a lot more towards marketing and staffing up on some things. So with that said, I'd like to move into phase two and just outline this, and then we'll move through the rest of the spreadsheet. So phase two is building out this production line. So we have to purchase some land. We've got some land picked out, 22 million, 23 million. We've got some capital equipment that's going to be used to run the factory. We've got some labor, and so forth. So when we work through all these things, we can come in and start playing with some numbers. So in this particular spreadsheet, if you click down here on the cost of goods, so these are the different products that we're selling. If you use this arrow here, you'll drop down and you'll see we can sell it for different prices in different parts of the world. So we've got metrics that will track with the economic conditions of that particular area. Here's the cost of goods sold. So we can adjust all this. I think we're a little bit rich on these, and the margins are not as high as they could be, but we want to be a little bit conservative. The wind turbine, we're pretty sure we can sell it for 3,000 USD. It basically replaces 3 to 4 solar panels. So anyhow, these numbers can be adjusted, and then it ripples through the spreadsheet. So this particular section of the cash flow analysis has all of these drop downs here that you can pick. So if we go back out to the funding outline, which is this is phase one. So I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit here, and let's take a closer look at the funding outline. So in phase one, it's some pretty basic raw materials. Like I said, we're going to put a lot of effort into electronics, software, and at the end of the day, we come down and we're ready to go into light production. Phase two is pre-factory, so we'll start building the factory, but we want to start making revenue and start paying back any of these convertible notes. And This is pretty exciting where we take and we can put a positive 80 million in the bank after 12 months of running at vendors. So some of this cash flow will be limited because we don't have the high-speed robotic factory built. So phase 3 is where it gets very exciting, and we will be running 3 shifts, 5 days a week. We'll shut down on the weekends. I've got a family business that runs 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, but we think shutting down on the weekends will help us get caught up on a few things. Some of the lines need to get caught up. But what's exciting about this is that when we look at this cash flow scenario, the EBITDA comes out to be a large, $2 billion revenue stream that comes in. The income is a $3.4 billion income, and then the profits are a $1.1 billion income off of a $125 million factory. We will need cash flow to cash flow all this for a 120-day period because we've got some large customers that are talking to us. So if we come in and we look at, you know what, I'm actually looking at the wrong spreadsheet here. I apologize. Anyhow, these are our export summaries and the different tables. So this is an Excel spreadsheet that has all the capital equipment here. These machines aren't cheap, but they're high speed. They take all the labor out of everything, and it's all German, Swiss, Italian, Japanese high-end machines that will run day in and day out. So this number's fairly large, and we want to be able to put money into high-quality equipment and then bring forward a lot of products that will create jobs downstream. So we create a lot of downstream jobs. Here is the factory build and how we have different staff members that are at the factory managing all this. So when we do a copy factory, this same staff would be represented in the country of destination. So as we move through here, here's all the tooling that goes in there. Tooling's like your molds to mold things and things like that, and they're one-time NRE, and that all gets amortized over a 12, 24, 36 month period. Here's the labor and manpower here. If we keep going down, here's our income schedule. So if we go back to the discussion of pre-pilot line, we believe we can deliver 500 or 750 windmills per week, and that's with just vendors helping us with it. That's before our factory's built. When the factory's built, we're going to have a 10x force multiplier that will be able to deliver 7,500 windmills at 3,000 USD per turbine per windmill. So these are everything that we've got. We've got a growth factor here that we believe will be growing 2% per month. And anyhow, these are the number of shifts that come forward on this. So as we move forward, we've got these income from non-revenue income streams. So when we sell equipment, we organize everything, we bring the installer together through our mobile app, and we make money off of managing the project through this mobile phone app. So when somebody goes out to do an installation, they need help doing all the paperwork and managing all the money and getting lenders to come to the table. So there's a big fintech lending component to this opportunity. Income from pre-sale. We've got all these NREs that come in. If we keep going down here, sales and distribution efforts. The training and certification is a fairly large side of our business. We believe if we can invest in training and certification, that we can get ready to deploy at scale around the world. And the idea that we build 25 factories in the next 10 years is achievable, but we've got to commit to some very hardcore, rigid training and certification. We've got employee benefits here. You can look at what we're doing for everybody there. We've got employee equipment, computers, and things like that. We've got the return on investment for the customer. This is an interesting spreadsheet, and this is actually the foundation for our algorithm. So when somebody walks up to a job site, and let's say it's the Al Jazeera radio station in Dubai, and we want to audit the site. We want to know how much wind, water, and solar conditions are in that location. We want to calculate how many windmills, solar turbines, and distribution kits will be needed to satisfy that load. And so we can run a wizard that goes through all these numbers and give them an idea what the ROI is on things. So these are individual homes. The home is 3,000 square feet. We measure things in the U.S. in square feet. I know the rest of the world measures in square meters. But what we've got is we look at the ROI on an equipment here's the state of Colorado where we live. And the payback on the equipment is with an electric vehicle. If they own an electric vehicle, that the payback is going to be a 15.5 year payback with a gas powered vehicle. If they own an electric vehicle, the payback is 13 years. So these are ROIs on how fast the equipment will be paid back. And you can kind of look at all these different scenarios. We go across the US and we've taken all these climate data measurements, and we do these calculations. New York City, and then we go into Europe. We're in Rome here, and we've grabbed the climate data, and we know how fast a building of 3,000 square feet will pay back. And it's, this is a 14-year period. In Johannesburg, South Africa, it's a 15-year period. So we want to be able to estimate all that and help our customers understand what the ROI is on that. And that'll help our fintech financiers pull those numbers together for lending purposes. So we set up a package that goes to the lenders that are going to lend money to our customers, and we can package everything together, and we know what's going on. So these are basically where we're going. There's all kinds of graphs and charts in here that will help you understand what the growth trajectory is on things. But I just want to try to give you an overview on the products and how all this dashboard works. So anyhow, that's a little bit about our P&L schedule, and I want to just thank you for taking 12 minutes to look at this.